Alright guys, there's my boy. What's going on guys? My mic's kind of blocking me.
Hey, how you guys doing?
Before we continue, intro all time. What's going on guys? It's your boy back with another video. Like, subscribe, you know, leave comments. I love talking to you guys. I try to say that in all my intros. I never try to miss saying that because it's true, you know. One of my biggest things growing up on YouTube, because I've been using the platform since like 2005. You know, I'm kind of like, I'm a little old, at least when it comes to that. And one thing I always loved about YouTube was the comments, right? Hate comments, support, seeing how people feel about the video. Like, it gives me feedback to let me know what I can work on, and to also, you know, what you guys enjoy about the video. But oh yeah, okay, it's one of those nights, right? It's one of those nights. Excuse me, my lamp kind of broke, you know. The lamp's like over there right now. Y'all can like see in the corner of my screen. My lamp's kind of broke, so I got like another one, so it's a little bit darker. But usually when it comes to a lot of my videos, the lighting's always dark anyways. So I'm gonna go open the door, and yeah guys, it's about time we get into another JOJOLION video. What happened last time? So I should have addressed it already before the video even starts, real quick, because this intro, my bad, is already long enough. My previous, by the time this is recording right now, and this should be out, the discussion was really short. It was like 5-7 minutes, and I wanted that one to be long, but my mind, I should have addressed it in that comment section, or maybe later in the previous one, in my Wonder review. But yeah, I was just kind of like dumbfounded, you know what I'm saying? I was just kind of like, I was in a state of shock, guys. Like, I didn't know what to say, so for the lack of, like, you know. But this one I'm gonna try to make long as well. I don't know how long we're gonna read, but I want to try to make this on the shorter side, because my previous one, before the video starts, if you guys go back and watch my 𝐷𝐸 Act 4, when Johnny first awakened his thing, I made that 7 chapters, and that was like the second to third, it was like the third last video. And with this one, I don't expect this to be the third last, who really knows? But I never expected the previous one to be my third last, but I wanted that to be like equal in terms of like events and length. So that video is as long as it is because I wanted it to be long for its 8 chapters. But let's get into the video. I'm gonna see you in the hospital. We're waiting for the head doctor and Tora to pull up. So let's do it. We back in Moria. Let's get to it. JoJo chapter 98. JoJo, guys, y'all see it? Y'all see the squad? Come on, y'all see him? Man, oh my gosh, my brain. Like, if y'all, I say this in every video, but if y'all were to try to say like, yo, what's your predictions? And I had my theories and my ideas, but to think it would get to this, chapter 98, the wonder of you and the miracle of your love, part 15, JOJOLION. Got my boy Josuke, Toru, Rai, Mamizuku, and baby girl Yasuo. Get comfortable, guys. Get ready, because this is gonna be a movie. There might be some screaming. We'll have to see. I'm gonna see y'all in the hospital. Yeah. He's, huh? Yeah, guys. So I saw this like before the video, or like, yeah, like before the video ended. He went through the wall. He's unbeatable. For now. Huh? Right past him. Like, we're talking right there in the blink of an eye. He was right behind him at first. Side by side. He turned his head for a sec. He's already past him. Bro, what the heck is this, bro? What is this? He's heading towards the same place as me. Utsumoki's lab. The place where Josuke is waiting. I can't let him get there first. Damn it. Huh? Oh, Rai, move! Oh my god, Rai, get out of there. Get out, bro. Oh, he's gonna get killed, bro. Please don't kill Rai, bro. Josuke, what are you doing just sitting there? You'll be in the lab any second.
𝐸たとえ聖人が間違わずに歩んでいようとも、悪事は時に起こり避けられない。それが厄災だ。
Finally, guess I'll go get it. I never imagined the Jobin Higashikata was the one who had it. Right now, the Nullokak is on the other side of the door in the back of the garage. Mamizuku-san, you came? Wait, Josuke, you don't mean to tell me you influenced him to come here, do you? Do you understand how a stand works? It's coming right now. The head doctor himself is the stand. It's the same thing as the stand that was following us since the back of the Lamborghini, and we still don't even have a lead on who the main body is. It's an automatic tracking stand. I got help from Holly-san again just a little while ago. She risked her own life to save mine. From his perspective, the fact that I'm alive right now means he'll go to finish her off too. I understand the stand ability and its goal. Our only choice is to beat him here. I'm going to kill the stand directly, and there is a way to do it. Oh! Oh my gosh, he's pulling up. That's what he looks like. Oh my gosh, I've seen. Oh, there he is. Oh my gosh, this is the first time we're seeing him. Here comes everything in this world. All things under heaven and earth, and the connections between them. None of them will be on your side. This is the enemy stand. If you just move an inch from that chair, an all-out attack from this power called Calamity will be coming for you. I have these soap bubbles. I have soft and wet that exists under heaven and earth. Supple and moist, they spin. And as for things being on my side, Mamizuku-san, you made it. You're here. And while she's somewhere else, my ally Yasuho is out there too. There is a way to beat him.
私自身でもこんなのは初めてのことで驚いている。君は何かを隠している。厄災が来る。アンダー・オブ・ユー。私を攻撃できた者もかつて誰一人としていない。それも確かなことだ。Wonder of you.
Oh my gosh, this is the panel. Oh my gosh. He said, oh my gosh. For the one time, I have to do this. Bro, that's actually him. Come on. Guys, lock in. Oh my. That is the panel that I've seen. That's the panel that I've seen. Oh my gosh. That's the panel that I've seen. Look at him pulling up. Oh my gosh. And he literally, oh my god. Bro, Rai said like everything under heaven and earth, like everything is against you. Like everything. And Josuke said, I don't care. Pull up. Bro, look at it going through the wall! Oh my gosh! Do you see that, guys? Y'all see it? God damn, that looks so fire, bro. Oh my gosh, that looks so fire. Oh, something seems odd in that lab. Huh? Something terrible just happened inside. Everything's gotten so fucked up. I knew you'd come here, Yasuo-chan. I need your help. Is he waiting in the wall? Y'all see him? Oh my gosh, bro. He's just staring at him. Oh, that's so creepy. So which will be the first to pursue me? Those soap bubbles. You, Josuke Higashikata? Or will it be Rai Mamizuku? Or will it perhaps be all of the above at once? It seems you've already reasoned that pursuing me leads to disaster, and that you want me to be the one pursuing you. Oh, what to do. That's what I've been thinking right now, that maybe there's something that I just don't want to be stepping on.
とも事故に遭いやすいのは帰宅直前だ。ずっと続けていた旅が終わり、新ロカカカも手に入り、君たちも私ももうすぐ家に帰る。
The point where those on a long journey are most likely to meet with an accident. It's just before returning home. The long-running journey is over. I have obtained the new 𝐴𝐵𝐾, and both of you and I will return home. So let us be cautious of a calamity occurring just before returning home, both you and I. What was that? What the hell was that? What did he do? Josuke, did you see that? It's a living creature. He just released some kind of living creature into the floor. Correct. Well done realizing it's a living creature, especially without having touched it to make sure. Though you're going to be touching it very soon. It's there. It's flattened and melted with the floor, and it's coming towards us. It's like it's like forming a tower. Oh, it's like a life form. It's like forming... Huh? What is that? What are those movements? Bro, don't let that touch you. Oh my god, it's like a pulley system. Move! Huh? I'm actually about to, bro, I'm about to, oh my gosh. He pursued him though by doing that, you know what I mean? So like, how are they gonna get across this? What was that move? It melted with the floor again. And was there only one of them? I told you, did I not? You were correct to say that it was a living creature. It looks like you found out that at first hand now. It's carnivorous, you know. There are quite a lot of undiscovered insects to be found in nature. And Josuke, that action you just took is what one would call pursuit. Do you, by chance, intend to pursue again? Perhaps me as well.
まずは一匹の岩昆虫だよ。ドゥドゥドゥでダダダ。帰宅する前に見てみよう。
First, you will have to deal with this lone rock insect. Do-do-do-dee-da-da-da. What? Before you have gone home, why don't you take a look at what you can see, if you can get up from that chair? You've been trying to bring us out into the open like this whole time. The disasters have been attacks to get us out into the open. If that's your aim, then where are the branch of the fruit of the new 𝐴𝐵𝐾? If you currently already have the new 𝐴𝐵𝐾, then this should already be enough, right? Or was that a difficult question for you to answer? Why so quiet all of a sudden? Is it perhaps because you haven't gotten your hands on it yet? Just don't move and... Oh, this is the art! I've seen this art! This is my wallpaper! Guys, hold on. Before I show y'all, what the heck is going on? Bro, hold on. Let me show y'all. So y'all can't see because I have like a lot of stuff on my phone right now. But, hold on. I had to look up how to customize my iPhone because like I didn't really know how to customize it with like the whole widgets and stuff. I didn't really know how to use it. But y'all see like the bubbles and stuff. That's all y'all really need to see. Guys, look, Josuke and Yasuo in freaking when I had this wallpaper download, it was cropped, so I didn't really see the funny caveman in the background, but like now we see the head doctor. Yasuo and Josuke JOJOLION. Volume 25. Okay. Chapter 99, The Wonder of You and the Miracle of Your Love, Part 16. Look at Toru in the stand. Look at, oh my god, bro. Oh, bro, I can't. My mind. Okay. Let's calm down for a sec as I take another sip. So basically, it's like they're trying, I know what they're doing. They're trying to like do stuff, they're trying to like set things up to make the other person pursue the other person first before the other person tries it and or thinks of the other person pursuing the other person. Y'all following? You feel me? Like, that's what it is. That's exactly what it is. We're back in with the Toru or Wonder review in the soft and wet fight. Let's get to it. Rock human females are visually indistinguishable from humans, Homo sapiens, women. It is possible for human males to inseminate and reproduce with rock women, but there are no examples of the opposite. Rock human mothers give birth in the spring and summer seasons and carry the fetus for 6 months. However, they rarely, if ever, have affection or a partial relationship with the child. Soon after the mothers give birth, they bring their child with them deep into the forest. They then look for roots of a dead tree, place their child there, and then leave, all without wrapping the child in cloth or fur and anything of such. That is the one and only show of love of motherhood to the child. If left alone, the child will not be able to get nutrition, and before that, it is found by another animal, or it will be killed in moments. But what approaches this child first at the base of the dead tree in the forest is insects. A newborn rock human child has an average body length of 28 millimeters and a weight of 15 grams. They are carnivores among insects that approach the child. In short order, Asian giant hornets and Japanese yellow hornets will come after the child. The fierce and aggressive hornet will attack with their stingers and mandibles in an attempt to tear the child into pieces. The rock child knows that by instinct, in fact, they desire it. As if clinging to a mother's breast in her maternity, as if seeking love, they slip their way just past the extending stinger and reach out their hands. Then, to make or break dodging the mandibles. Not knowing what to do with the child clinging onto the blind spot, the wasp is left with no choice but to return to its hive. The rock human child knows of this instinctively as well. It also knows that the wasp uses pheromones to gather comrades to create the wasp societies. During its flight clinging to the wasp, the surface of the rock human child's body immediately begins to harden like stone, and with the wind pressure, just half the body turns to stone. With the wasp returning to the comrades at its hive, there will no longer be any others who will bite the child apart with the mandibles or sting it with the stinger. The child releases its arms and legs from the soldier wasps, and it rolls its body around in the hive until it finds the queen, the mother among mothers. The child reaches its hands out and searches out for a soft portion of the surface of the queen's body and clings, biting and crawling, taking over her body while it's still half alive. This is how a rock human child finds a warm, safe place to sleep and obtains an ample nutrients. It spends 17 years inside the body and multiplies generations of queens as it undergoes metamorphosis. Above the laws of nature, the flow of time, the concepts of numbers, and ways to live within a structure called a group. Its dreams wait impatiently for 17 years to go by, when it abruptly grows in weight and stature, killing all the wasps and venturing into the outside world. Then, fixed inside the society of the hive, learns to grow on its own. Life first came about 4 billion years ago. The control tower of life called neurons and cells that bonded and evolved based on the elements of carbon. At the same time, life cells that bonded from silicone were born. And while they were only a few number in percentage of living cells, the silicone-based cells existed along with the carbon-type organisms as if hiding next to them. The creatures whose bodies that are formed by those cells, rock organisms. Why did the creator give life to those two paths? Most likely rather than some kind of opposing relationship, like a shadow for a light or a positive and a negative. It was the role of a fallback, insurance for the case in existence of life if it failed. If the first path of carbon-based life came to a dead end, it was a fallback, a second path. That is the role the rock humans serve. Rock human actions are fundamentally independent and they have no families, but if it's their advantage, they will form groups and slip into human Homo sapiens societies. But if nothing beyond gives them relationship, there is no love or friendship between them. Rock humans have a factition with ground, rock, and stone, see blessings from the earth and its true benefits, and make special places that give rock humans special power of their true homes. Consequentially, bearing in mind human Homo sapiens' ecological behavior to spread and migrate across the continents, and their own continuing to migrate to this day, there is no chance of forming a relationship or mutual recognition between them and rock humans, nor is there any chance that they will assimilate. Steel Ball, it's all starting to connect. Guys, it's all starting to connect. I see Lucy, Johnny, Sandman, and Gyro. Ah, shoot. Lock in, guys. I mean, we've been locked in this whole time, but interesting now. Okay. The Devil's Palm and the Ground of Morio. Is that the stone mask and the arrow? What? This goes deeper than we think. And I love this. Hold on. Everything is starting to connect here. My deepest sympathies. I'm really sorry. Rai-kun, my condolences. Your father was a very good man. He was so good to us. I'd like to offer condolences to your mother as well. Rai-kun, where might I find her? In the inner room. She's resting right now. Is she feeling unwell? I see, but there's really nothing to worry about, Rai-kun. If there's any trouble, please talk to us at any time. We'll be of any help that we can. Honestly, we feel to talk to you about anything that includes money. Speaking of which, You get parking stubs here, don't you? They don't give them, don't they? You would think it would be free, but... Huh? Oh, at the reception is... Norisuke. Right, I'm so sorry. Are you alright? Norisuke-san. About my father's pure orchard. First of all, look at young Norisuke. My man's got it. Y'all see it? Man. I hope he's not dead, man. He was so cool. He's still cool, look at him. It appears that my father grew in his orchard were really well raised, but then insects messed them up. No one believed me, but in those insects are my fault. I saw them with my own eyes. Rai, stop. Your father truly was a great planiprizer. He had a discerning eye whenever it came to farm produce. If there were insects or a disease, he would have noticed, would he? It was because I said I saw one. Then my father went out during a typhoon to check to see in the orchard. Come now, that's enough. Everyone checked. I even checked the insects myself. There was nothing there, is that right? What happened to your father was an accident. It was nothing but pure an accident. Normally typhoons don't make a landfall in Morio, but last year one did. And there was a landslide. So you mustn't blame yourself, that was a natural calamity. Norisuke-san, that attendee, that person with the white hair, are they an acquaintance of my father? I'm not sure who that is. I've never seen them before either. By the way, Rai, I don't think it's likely the Pure Orchard will be a challenge. I'm worried about your mother's health as well. But first, your duty. It is to do a good job carrying out your duties at this funeral. Yes, sir. He was there since the very beginning. It was his plan... Okay. Was it his plan, though, to take over the orchard? Like, he was there since the very beginning. And we got lore on Toru as well. I was trying to save my talks. But we got information on lore, information on lore of... We'll keep going. It couldn't be. The new 𝐴𝐻𝐾 branches. Yes, it's doing just fine. The time to harvest is nearly here. No, that's not quite accurate, depending on one's perspective. I wonder how you'll react to hearing it. In other words, you haven't obtained the new 𝐴𝐻𝐾 just yet, haven't you? The new 𝐴𝐻𝐾 is moving from where it is now to where I am. The flow is carrying it. The flow, you see. It is not in a flow where you can obtain it. It is certain that you will stand up and pursue me, is that you will get up from that chair. I wonder if you, the flow of things, will always lead to calamity. Josuke, it's here, behind you. Huh? No, it's like, he can do he can do whatever he wants. Like, he can throw a match on the floor, he can turn the door to a knob, he can, and it's just gonna fall, it's just gonna come after you. Oh my gosh. It's like Love Train. I thought it was like Love Train, but it's a lot more, it's a little bit different and worse. I would say it's like worse kind of. Love Train, it's like if you, all things that aren't beauty and things that he deems as an action of pursuing him, it just goes away. You'll never reach him. But this, it's like you won't reach him because you like slipped in a banana peel and then you bust your face open on the floor like, oh my god. It's the same attack as before. Here it comes. Josuke. What? What is that? What in the world? Oh my gosh! Josuke! The ones from before. No. Right! No! Don't move, Josuke. It's poison. If you're stabbed and try to escape, you'll cough up asbestos. Don't move. Oh, no. I don't believe this. This is a rock insect, huh? But it's not a very strong poison. I don't think there's much point in explaining it. But to be precise, it's not being stabbed and escaping upwards. It's being stabbed and stretching out your limbs. If you try to escape and extend your joints, every hole in your body will spew out asbestos. Doo-da-doo-da-da-dee-da. A hunter of mountainous regions. It hunts and eats rabbits and birds from the ground. And those tend to jump and escape, don't they? When the plant branches and fruit are injured, they stretch out. They spew asbestos. They may appear to be diseased. Raima Mizuku, I remember a time when I passed by you some time ago. That pure orchard was quite good land long ago. Huh? Oh, reminiscing about old times brings tears to my eyes. Back then, your father was simply caught in the flow of calamity. Wonder of you. And so he died in the landslide. That's all there was to it. Wait, why has Dr. Tomino? Oh! Oh my god! Wait! Right, don't do anything stupid, please. Oh, he's locked in. He's locked in! You two shouldn't be allowed to have anything. Not a pure orchard, not a piece of the new Lokaka, nothing. Josuke, it's climbed up. It's melted into the surface of the desk. Okay, guys, so we have the... I didn't even know Ryan was gonna get the... He locked in? Wait. He locked in? He locked in? Wait. Rye insect, or rock insect. I said rye insect. Rock insect, rockinism, or rock organism. I'm all over the place, guys. D dot. That's such a funny name. Oh, that's so dumb. Okay, guys, let's read this real quick. A carnivorous insect whose usual habitat is mountain regions. Diffused with the surface of the ground and rocks, which move and is able to hunt and eat small, medium-sized animals such as birds and rabbits. Occasionally, it will attack large animals such as a deer. Excuse me. It has a body shaped like sushi. Let's see. It can assemble its parts together and stand to a scaffolding. That's what it reminded me of, guys. That's what it reminded me of a scaffolding. I like made that back in like I forgot what class I took in high school, but I made that. So that's the reason why I was like, oh shoot, it looks like something. He's gonna inject the poison, causing them to move towards him, so then he can activate Wonder View, the Flow of Calamity, and then get him. Dude, it's like he's trying to play chess with them. That is insane. Oh, bro, this stand is crazy, and it is so crazy because we're used to like them running away from the stand, but now like he's pulling up and now he's just sitting. I like how he's just sitting in the wall, like bro's just chilling, watching our protagonist struggle, and Rai was locked in. Y'all see the darkness? Y'all see it in my eyes? Nah, we back in. So we got the cover art, Rai and Josuke. Chapter 100. We made it, guys. Chapter 100. Dang, man. The Wonder of You and the Miracle of Your Love, part 17. By the way, can we just mention something? And y'all mentioned this in my premiere, so y'all probably gonna find this funny. Why is Rai so thick? You know what I'm saying? I mean, hey, man. You gotta like, hey. Anyways, guys, I'm being stupid. Anyways, do they got a plan? What was Josuke's plan to lure him into the room with the bubbles like prematurely floating? And with Ryan, the dark determination, can we lock in against Wonder View? Let's get back in. Oh. You're hiding something, aren't you, Josuke Higashikata? Look at this panel. Look at this panel right here, guys. Y'all see it? I like how he's just waiting. You see how he's just like, move, make a move, bro. I'm about to, oh my gosh. If you extend those arms and legs, something may just show itself. It's there. It climbed up onto the desk. Come on, Josuke. Bro, Josuke, he hit the thing and moved. Ooh, we gotta be quick. And it's like they're fighting Wonder View and they're fighting the I was about to say trebuchet. They're fighting the the other rocked insect, right? The bottom, Josuke, it's there on the underside of the table. Huh? This rocked insect. Then even before the head doctor came into this room, Josuke caught it! Oh, come on! You stood up. Oh my gosh! Come on, Josuke! Let's go! It moved. It's on the wall. The bug just moved from the desk to the wall. Josuke, you do realize you stood up, yes? You've extended out your arm and your leg joints. You've already been stabbed no less than 4 times, haven't you? Can't you even see? Do you know how you're going to end up? Dududududida will eventually target the throat. It will clog up your airways with asbestos, causing you to suffocate. So now move up the walls to the ceiling. Don't move, Josuke. What snake-like movements? But they're both, but like every time they touch it though, isn't that like bad though? Like every time they touch it. Right, no. No, I don't like this. No! Rai! Please get out of there, bro, please. Ah, no, bro, no. Huh? Huh? Ha.
私自身でもこんなのは初めてのことで驚いている。あと1センチか。こんなそばまで災いを受けずに私に近づけた者はかつて誰もいなかったよ。確かに。
Josuke, I've exterminated the bug, and you're able to see now, right? Mamizuku-san, this close to him, I've managed to get doggy style 2 centimeters from him. From this position 2 centimeters away, do you think some calamity will occur to block my attack, Josuke? The calamity energy, yeah? Do you think it's all made up? Just some illusion? This guy's been trying to convince us that it's real. Mamizuku-san, I'm not sure what's going on, but the one that has to do with him is not us. What I know for sure is you need to let him attack me, not the other way around. I'm getting even closer to him, Josuke. I'm only 1 centimeter away. I don't want to scroll down, bro. No! Don't even touch him. It's like just when we think, like I can almost just touch my camera. But the moment you do, bro, it's GG's. Ah, no, bro. No. Right, no, not like this. I know I said he was giving death vibes. I'm too scared to scroll, guys. No. Please, bro, please. So even for me, this is the first time that this has happened, so I'm a bit surprised. Only 1 centimeter away. To be truthful, I don't think that there's been anyone who's ever gotten this close to me before without, a calamity occurring. I'm not really entirely sure what happens at only 1 centimeter away, but it's the first time. I don't really understand it either. Seriously.
1センチで何が起こるのか初めてだからね。私にもよくわからないんだ。本当に。
But in this flow of calamity, there is nobody who can attack me, not a single person. That I know for sure. Wonder of you. Rai Mamizuku, 17 years ago, your father died in a landslide. All because you told him that there was an invasive insect in the orchard, and that he went to go see for himself. And then your mother, overwhelmed by mental anguish and racking up a debt from the dear orchard, fell ill and died too.
だが、𝐸𝐸𝐸 の流れの中にいて、私を攻撃できた者もかつて誰一人としていない。それも確かなことだ。
That too was the flow of calamity. Your life was submerged in the flow. Then, as it now, only by pure chance have you ended up here. I've got you now! Die, motherfucker!
Thunder over you!
It's GG's. No. Soap bubbles. Huh? I may be saying this rather often, but I really am quite surprised. That thing Josuke was hiding. In other words, that thing that Calamity brought out was these, right? His soap bubbles were pulled out. What? They seemed to just be floating there. But inside of those bubbles, you stored several things that you're making spin at very high speeds. You were trying to get me to get close to you so that you could erase me with your soap bubbles, right? What did you say? No way. But I wasn't controlling them.
残念。私の首を絞めるほどまで近づけたというのに。
What a pity. And to think that you got so close to me that you grabbed my neck. No. It popped his head. And it takes, like the thing is, oh my god, every time Rai's like gotten injured, it actually makes sense on how he could come back the bubbles take something, so he can't like... But in the process, you ran into those, haven't you? Are you kidding me? Right, please! No. Believe me, I was rather worried for myself and my stand-ability wonder view back there. But as I thought, you came to this room to be knocked over by my calamity. I was controlling them. Mamizuku-san, this can't be happening. Keep going. Josuke, don't worry about me. Keep going. Defeat him. This calamity stops with me. The thing that has been brought out was not a calamity. The only thing I saw was good fortune. Josuke, I don't think you understand that the true form of your soap bubbles, the soap bubbles that hit me, weren't just any trap. Josuke, listen. I can only say this. I'm talking about those soap bubbles of yours, and I'm gonna say this in front of him. Nobody is aware of it. Huh? Nobody sees it within stands. What is that? What are you doing? It's a line. The line, it spins. The soft lines of the soap bubbles are spinning. Inside there is the spin, and within it there are things that cannot be seen. Infinite rotation? Johnny? Is he gonna help? Is the infinite rotation gonna come in clutch? I'm about to throw my chair. Stat card. I believe we can read this now because we sort of like understand it now. But what did Rai mean? The spin. There are things that can't even be seen. What does that even mean? What does that mean? We did say that Josuke's bubbles were being wrapped. Remember, Riz Baby. You guys are stupid. But anyways, the baby, right? The neon baby or whatever the freak his name was. We remember that Josuke used the bubble that had it was encoded. It was like multiple bubbles inside of one. We can read this stat card, and we're going to read it, so let's read it now. Let's lock in. Here it is. Finally the stat card. I wasn't gonna say final stat card, no, but the stat card finally of the guy. Stand name Wonder View, user Toru-kun. Those who commit an act of pursuit against this stand, the true identity of the TG University Hospital's head doctor, Satoru Akefu, will suffer a power called Calamity. The more you pursue it, the more likely it is that you will be torn apart and die. Toru, its user, is a rock human. Of course, he created the name Toru himself that blends in with humans. Yasuo Hirose doesn't know that his last name yet, nor does she search for it yet. After all, it's best to not pursue. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what you do, nothing. If you even think! And the closer you get, the likely you are to die. That is so dumb! Oh, but Love Train is like sort of on that same realm. If Love Train was its own separate space, like separate dimensionality space. If you don't transcend that dimension or have access to that dimension, you can't do anything. And like, that's why I'm saying like, with Toru, it's like the same thing. If you even think, you might lose a finger. You might... That's so dumb. That's so dumb, dude. That's dumb. That's so dumb. Oh, okay, cover art time. So we got baby girl here, Yasuho. She has the one arm. Chapter 101, The Wonder View and the Miracle of Your Love, Part 18. Let's get to it.
東方丈介だ。面白い。
Huh? What? It passed through his suit. This is crazy. Mamizuku-san. So these are the soap bubbles that can't be seen. Is that what Mamizuku-san was just saying? Hold on, guys. Look at this widespread. Let me turn off my camera. Look! Y'all see it? Mamizuku-san is dead, I think. Toru looked a little shook, though. Y'all see him? He was just kind of like... his stand was behind him for a second. He was like, hold up, are we... Nah, we ain't gonna lose. The bubbles that couldn't be seen. But regardless, he still is inside the Calamity. And Mamizuku-san has already perished. Just past the back of the entrance of the garage, just on the other side of that door, Big Bro Jobin is lying on the floor covered in blood. Big Bro Jobin is dead. He actually got a family who's totally fucked. Even Suguri's body's all messed up. Everyone else in there is crying. Dad is... It's all my fault. All my fault. All because I'm so useless. I just stood there and didn't do anything. I couldn't do anything to help Dad. Damn it. Nothing. Not a goddamn thing. I couldn't do shit. Not fucking anything. Damn it. Joshu, please listen. An enemy is coming here. All of the bad things happening right now is because of that stand attack. And the new Lokaka fruit. The user of the stand is coming to take it for himself. Something's going to come for that fruit at the last moment. Find Josuke, please. Let him know that what's happening here. We need to get in contact with him. Josuke? Where do you think he is right now? I don't know. But please do something. You need to do something. We need to get in contact with Josuke or Mamizuku-san. Yasuo, with all this stuff going on in my house now, it seems likely that he's already being attacked wherever he is, don't you think? He could be already dead. Even if your Paisley Park can't find him, how am I supposed to? Does he even have a phone on him? Like I said, my little strawberry, look closely right here. There's already 2 of them. They've grown. I couldn't help my father just now. It's pathetic, and it's all my fault. I was in such a panic over what to do, I felt like I was going to lose my mind. But now, what I have to do is crystal clear. I'm not scared, because I know that I got the new Lokaka. If you eat this, it should definitely help you. It'll fix your arm, right? What? Eat it? Eat that? The new Lokaka? No, I can't. They still shouldn't be fully ripe yet. It's too early to harvest them. And what's more, we still don't know too much about that plant. We still barely know anything about it. Well, at least this big one looks ripe to me. Anyhow, it's equivalent exchange. Yoshikage Kira used the branch of the fruit to do the equivalent exchange to become Josuke. That's basically what happened, right? The fruit grew from that branch. The only way to heal you is for you to eat this. And if this heals you, my little strawberry, it should heal Dad too. We can go heal him next. We should still have a little one left over. I'm not gonna let anyone die. I can't let Suguri too. I'm not gonna be a pathetic loser anymore. I'm gonna save everybody. There's someone up there? In the trees up there? No. I've been hearing that for a while. It's just the wind. No. There is someone's... No way. Could it be that they've been watching the whole time? That the user... This may actually be a good thing. If she were to eat that fruit, it's true that it's still all very up in the air. Should I let her eat one? I want to be sure of its effects. It's not like the plant should be done bearing the fruit of anything. And besides, it won't change the fact that Yasuo Hirose is also inside Wonder View. Well, wait, Joshu. If I eat this fruit, it'll do an equivalent exchange. Yeah, I said that already. I know about the new Lokaka too, you know. It does an equivalent exchanges to fix your injuries and stuff. Yes, but not exactly. Basically, it'll be with someone else. It'll do an equivalent exchange with another person. It won't turn anyone to stone. That's what the new Lokaka is. Yeah, I'm telling you, Yasuo, I know. So do it with me. Huh? I told you I'm gonna protect you. I've made up my mind. I'm totally okay with it, doing an equivalent exchange with you. Actually, I'm honestly really happy to. Not only do I get to help you out, Yasui-chan, but we really do get to become one. An equivalent exchange with you. It'll probably smell sweet and nice, and it'll be all gooey and slippery. Our bodies joining together in exchange might create a bond way better than sex. I ain't scared. I'm 100% okay with this. Don't worry about me, my little strawberry. Also, do you think you'd eat the new Lokaka on your own, little strawberry? Or do you think we should both bite it? Also, what shape should we be in? You think this is like good? So, hold on. What? Joshu, what are you doing? What do you mean shape? You mean your body and your body and my body. We're gonna do the exchange, right? You gotta stick them together. It's kind of like a sex position. What is your favorite shape? Oh, he's totally lost it. I knew it. No, could it really be true? He's been hiding there since the very beginning, hiding far back in the trees. He's been hiding watching the Higashikata family and me silently since the beginning. But, no, it sounds ridiculous. He's here, the user. But it's possible the one who's been hiding out there all this time. The one I've been waiting for to help me. Toro-kun. Yasuo-chan, did you just bite it? They're gonna fuse for real? My little strawberry, I ain't scared. So then, the equivalent exchange? Hey! I didn't think this much through though. My right arm, no way. I can't believe this. It freaking disappeared. The facial features of the stand in Wonder View will change form depending on the person that looks at it. Though both 1 and 2 have the same body. Most people receive it as the TG University head doctor, Satoru Akefu, but those who have become aware of its calamity power, such as Josuke and Yasuo, will see it in its stand form. Regardless of whatever you see it 1, 2, or 3, it will all... So if you're aware of its true identity, it will reveal itself. Basically a sentient... I did call that. Did I call that, guys? Hey! W's? Did I call that, guys? Okay. She basically said, hold on. She bit it with no hesitation and took the arm. And Joshi was like, my arm! I'm glad they didn't actually fuse, because that just would have been weird. But... okay. Okay, guys, potentially the last chapter for this one. Yeah, I'm probably gonna make this 5. We'll see. But, yeah. Ooh, yeah, so I was confused on the idea of the stand and then the head doctor. The head doctor is essentially a sentient stand. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, Wonder View is actually one of my favorite stands now. Ooh, okay. I have a lot to say, but the end. We'll wait for the end. Baby girl and Josuke. Okay. Chapter 102, The Wonder View and the Miracle of Your Love. Part 9. This is the most parts we've had so far. Part 19 so far. Okay, guys. Last chapter. It seems like we have a little bit of a backstory, too. The Wonder View. Let's get to it. Come, dear. There's a refreshing creek just over this way. Mommy, did you see that over by the car? There was a fat, long, mushy turd bent of an L shape. What makes it poop like that? Ew, it was covered in those bugs and long legs. That hurts. Don't put me like that. Be quiet, Yasuo. I don't think I want to go to summer camp. The forest is dark and it's all human. All the moths and ghosts and stuff like that hide behind the leaves. And they're drawn by the light of the cell phones. Oh, come now. When summer comes, all kids go to camp. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. I don't even know any of these kids. Don't leave me here, Mommy. I can't. I don't want to be alone at a place like this. I told you you'll make friends here. I'm always supervising you, aren't I? Now don't be selfish. Mommy wants to have a summer vacation too. You looked up flights of Okinawa. Who are you going with? Oh, we're stand. Y'all see it? Oh, it manifested when she was young. I want to see Baby Park. Let me see Baby Park. Little tiny park. No, you can't stay here. We've already got the max number of people allowed. Bye-bye. Oh, sorry. That's my boyfriend's seat, actually. That one is for my boyfriend. That's for my boyfriend B, C, and A. That's for my boyfriend D, so don't sit in any of them. Everyone, tonight we're going to make a bonfire with using a lighter. This is a lighter starter. It only costs 200 yen. You strike it like you're sharpening a pencil, and then sparks will come out to light the fire. You make a shing, that kind of motion. Ow! Group leader, this girl cut her finger. Please go get treatment at the visitor log house. You're supposed to start by lighting a paper or a piece of wood by the fire. What are you doing, you idiot? That girl's so much trouble. Bro, why is everyone getting bullied, man? Like, come on, man. Bro, little miniature Yasuo, tiny Jobin, and Suguri, man. Everybody's gotta die. Her bullying isn't severe, but just because she's that Huh? He's been there because I forgot they don't really have an age. High school friends, huh? He's been watching her since the beginning. These rocks, when you scrape 2 of them together, it makes a fire. And when you hold them, it doesn't feel hot. Want to touch them? You can see them, right? Can't you? There are actually rocks like that? Go on and take them, see for yourself. Do you go to this camp too? How old are you? You look like an adult. I'm nobody to be suspicious of. I'm not going to touch you or anything. I'm only a troubled soul who's lost his way. The moment I find the path I'm searching for, I'll leave down to it. Lost? I happened to notice you from behind your phone when you were looking at the Okinawa beaches just now. Are you good at using the internet? I wouldn't suppose you could do a search for... Oh, never mind. Even a genius adult hacker couldn't find what I'm looking for. Plus, Wi-Fi here is pretty bad. What are you trying to find? Well, it isn't necessarily where. It's more like who. See, the path I'm looking for is a person. Is it your family? What's their name? I don't know. That is to say, this person. I may not know their name. Here's two I do know. 1. They're old. 2. They once were licensed to practice medicine. 3. They were certainly in a nursing home. And 4. They have a small distant family, so no one really comes to visit them. I know. There's no way someone could find a person like that with an internet search. I mean, it really goes without saying. I just can't find them at all. That's why I've lost my path. Huh. Easy. There are only 8 like that. That's just among Japanese men. But it's weird, not one of them in this town are near a mountain. The closest match is a former doctor currently in a nursing home of Ibaraki Prefecture. Mind if I take a look? He looks good. I could easily impersonate him. Did you just say something now? Nope. Is the person you're looking for one of these 8? Maybe not. But anyhow, thank you. One thing I can say for sure is that I may have found my path. And these rocks, you can have them. They're not warm to the touch, but they can light firewood. They'll probably make you pretty popular for a night or so. You're pretty fun, you know. Let's meet again sometime. When you're grown up, after you've forgotten all about me. Yasuo-chan? Whoa, this is amazing. The equivalent exchange is adapting to my body. These fingers, these nails, these joints, this skin. The visible veins, they're dripping of sweat. They're mine. It's exactly the same as it was before. Nothing feels out of place at all. These cracks were in my face just a minute ago. They're completely healed. And the cuts on my knees disappeared as well. Nobody told me about this. This wasn't part of the deal. This isn't... What am I gonna do? What happened? My right arm. Toru-kun.
こんな場所で生命のアップグレードを見るとは。あれなら何の問題もないぞ。進路価格は本物に成長していた。ちゅうことで、あの進路価格は間もなく僕のものだ。
I sure didn't expect I would see a living being upgraded at a place like this, but from the looks of things, it went off without a hitch. The new Lokaka grew into the real thing. I was thinking of setting on a price for them of 200 million yen each, but the wealthy people of the world will pay whatever the amount I want. We need no longer to equate death with fate. The power, with that the distribution of power in the society will be appended in an instant. Even someone like Bill Gates will be buying them as I expect. And on that note, and at any moment now, the new Lokaka will be mine. Toru-kun, you're over there, right? You're there, aren't you? Yasuo-chan. Toru-kun. Yeah, where's Josuke? I need to find out some way to contact him with him now. I need to tell him that the new Lokaka is here, and let him know about the stand user. But how? I don't know where Josuke and Mamizuku-san are right now, and what they're doing or anything. It must be somewhere where there is an internet to be connected. Or there's just no internet at all. Toru-kun, you're there, aren't you? And you're the user, and you're a rock human too! Yasuo-chan. Huh. Yeah, I'm here, Yasuo. Right here. Toru-kun. Now, of course, I don't mind coming out into the thick of it where you are. I'm right over here, but the flow of calamity is still assaulting everyone, and the new Lokaka will be coming to where I am. My taking form here is for your benefit. If you were to directly witness my face or form, that is, wonder of you, the flow of calamity will reach its final form. If you make visual contact with me, you will die immediately. But they saw him though. Is it maybe when he, like, the moment they see the stand and they see his face is instant raps. It's like instant raps. But you do not have to die. I have memories of you, and I want to treasure my memories. So I want to help you. Are you listening, Yasuo-chan? Listen carefully to what I'm about to say. One more thing, if you do one more such thing, no matter how trivial an action may be, if it involves pursuing me or my stand, any such action will cause the order of death to immediately shift, starting with you, and it will continue on until it reaches its conclusion. You already understand this, I would think, but the flow of calamity cannot be stopped by anyone, and if you were to be foolish enough to try, then by some means or another, it will collide with you and kill you. The Higashikata family are within the flow of calamity as well. Jobin has already died, and Mitsuba and Norisuke and Suguri will join him. And Joshu down there, as well as Raima Mizuku and Josuke are all certain to die soon as well. What I'm saying is that you are part of a sequence. If you just don't do anything, you will be fine. Simply do not look at my face. That is wonder of you. Leave the pot containing the Nulokaka there. Forget any of this happened and return to your home, with your body still in good health. How long have you been in my life? Just how old was I when I first met you? I thought you were someone in my memory, but all this time, you were always the same age, even in while you approached me, and then before I knew it, you were gone. When did this all start? I feel like it was back then when I was still just a kid. You were always stealing things from me when it was convenient for you. That's what I mean by memories. As years go by, all that remains are dreams and memories. Stop that. It seems like you come up with some sort of plan, but it's foolish to try. You're better off putting that phone down. It will come to collide into me. If I perform any action that's like trying to pursue him, then I'll be attacked by the calamity. I want it back! Give it back! Give it back, it's mine! I don't want to spend my life like this, goddammit. This is my right arm, give it back! Joshu. Let's do it again. There's another Luokaka on that plan. We'll do an equivalent exchange. That's my right arm. If you go giving somebody else some hand jobs, I'll kill you. This can't fucking be. This can't be happening. Holy shit. I'm gonna go insane. Just thinking about it. Give it back now. Calm down, Joshu. You gotta calm down. This guy's lost it. But thinking about it the other way, I can actually use this calamity to my advantage. This calamity is striking me. It's equal to pursue me. It strikes because I can pursue. You're the one who suggested we do the equivalent exchange in the first place. This right arm is mine now. I'm not gonna give it back, okay? It's not happening. You need to give me some time. The other one is still small, so we need to wait. I'm sure after we wait, a bunch more will grow. For now, we need to get the pot to Josuke. I need to give it to him. Damn it. Damn it. I can't even strangle myself. Where should I go from here? Are you gonna follow Josuke's balls with your right arm? Joshu, what the dude? What are you do? He redeemed himself for like a moment. That's so funny, guys. And then he went right back. You know what's crazy is that I bet a lot of people started to mess with him just for that one moment of his resolve. And then he dropped it. He dropped it like that. Just like that. This is it. I found it. This is the address. A calamity is going to come. If I go to this address, then I'll be pursuing the stand behind the calamity. I'll head for the Higashikata's maid, Nijimuro-san. It's coming, but my only choice is to press this button. What? No matter what happens next. But Josuke, I'm gonna make it to where you are. So you're pressing it. Then the order will change to you dying next. Guys, we're about to reach the end. But this, even though I didn't talk that much, I was just too damn immersed. I was too immersed. I was too locked in. I had that determination, that dark determination while reading. Favorite video. I know. I know. But we still have more. That's not the end. Here, let's just read this and then we'll go. But if you can interrupt the order, but that's like kind of luck too. Am I wrong? That's kind of like luck at the same time, sort of. We're going to change your diaper, and I'll wipe down your body and your bottom with a nice fluffy Nobari towel. And I'll style your hair to be all beautiful, Mama. Nijimura, it's Yasuo Horose. Danger is approaching. I don't know where you are right now, but please, I need your help. Right now, Josuke should be somewhere near you, Nijimura. Find him. Josuke? That Josuke? Why is she asking me? I don't have the slightest idea. I'm sure he's somewhere nearby. Knowing you, I know you'll find him. Give that phone to Josuke. Dude, and the mom has it written down. Holly! The GOAT! And Nijimura will play a role. I called that. Guys, I'm too good. You know, y'all know I called that. During after the Born This Way, when she was doing the fruit, the orange and the tangerine. Oh my gosh. Mama, the new Luokaka lab. This is Yasuo. I understand. I know where Josuke is right now. The ultimate dilemma end. Ooh, that was a good end. We gonna end it there. Y'all gonna be heated. Cliffhanger, I know, but we gonna end it there. And now, like, we're loading the next cover art. Plus, I'm, like, really hungry, so I kind of want to, like, eat. Check it, guys. The boy. Check out the boy. Look at the... It is a lot more wider now. Look at this. I gotta like... Yeah. Wonder Review and Toru. JOJOLION. Come on, guys. Look at the wide... Come on, guys. Look. Volume 26. So... I'm gonna eat real quick, so I'm like really hungry. I didn't eat. But, man... Is it... Wait. Oh my gosh, wait, the screen is wider. Wait a minute, let me turn this around. Look at this. Oh my, I might have to... Do I have to shrink my face cam? I have to shrink my face cam. Yo. JoJo's right here. Chapter 103, the Wonder Review and the Miracle of Your Love, Part 20. There's only 7 chapters left, guys. And JoJo's power was teased, as in the vibrations in the... Nah, man, that's giving me Johnny vibes a little bit. Am I, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know we probably won't get we probably won't get the arrow, or we probably won't get the green baby, or we probably won't get either or, but they have been hinting towards JoJo's power since the very beginning. His new evolved power. We know he's going to get a power.
Oh, no, you're reading.
I finished, actually. I just finished. I'm talking right now. My friend just called me, guys. Bro.
Hello. Alright, look. Let's just come right to the chase. Which chapter? Let me know what just happened. Give me the details.
It ended with Yasuo and Joshua on the floor, and then Toru just like, don't. He's staring at her like, don't do it. And obviously he's not looking at her, but he's just like, I wouldn't do that if I were you. And then she held the phone up. It was just like, Nijimura, get to JoJo's. And she was just like, I think I know where he is. And then it ended. Perfect cliffhanger. We got to the panel. But second of all, I think when Toru was explaining his power at the very end, I think that hints towards the animation that I haven't seen on YouTube, but I've heard of. And that is like, you know, the animation of Wonder Review and it being red, right? And everything, and like, I don't really know the context behind that.
I mean, like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
No, but like, I don't know what goes on in that animation. And I'm gonna leave some of this in the video as I talk with you and the subs. But I'm gonna go back real quick to the previous chapter. I always start my talk, you know what? Let's go back to the beginning. Let me go to chapter 90, is it 97 or 98? First off, let me just back away from the mic and scream real quick. Right! My boy! No! Actually, wait, he might be alive. Nah. No, bro. The moment he touched him, or like he was a centimeter away, like, Wonder Review was like, wow, no one has ever gotten this close to me. He wasn't even shook. I was like, we're cooked. I was like, no! Bro, I was like, please. And then like, I remember a long time ago, I was on the very beginning of Stone Ocean, so basically 2 years ago. And I remember seeing a slideshow. This was like when I first started using TikTok and stuff. And I remember seeing a slideshow of someone saying like the most locked in characters of anime. And then it showed a set of eyes. Now, obviously, I knew that JoJolene, I didn't know that JoJolene had it at the time, but I knew what her eye color was. So I was like, oh shoot, that's JoJolene. Who has the blue eyes? That would be Johnny later. They don't show the face, they just showed like a snippet of the eyes. And then they showed a guy with purple eyes, that being JoJo's, by the way. And then they showed a guy at the very end with like tan eyes. And I was like, who is that? That must be, I was just confused, but I just scrolled past it. That was right. He was locked in. And then like, he bodied the other rock guy, and I was like, yes! He bodied the do-do-do-do-do-do-do-da. I remember you talking about that too. But anyways, I was just like, I got like a huge wave of like brain blast. And finally, I got to the panel that I seen on your computer years ago. I finally got to it, and I'll show you what that is. I'm not gonna include this part in the video, but I'm gonna actually, now I might, who really cares? I think it was first chapter in my video. By the way, I also read the stat card, and It wasn't that. No, listen. It wasn't that bad, even still, until the very last chapter of my video when he said, "When you look at my face," I was like. Also, I realized that my theory was actually kind of right about the idea that it is kind of a sentient stand. And when you explain, I'm actually kind of glad you didn't explain it to me. Not that it was a big deal, but that Wonder View and the head doctor are essentially obviously the same person. But it's just that weird that Toru's stand is again essentially a person, but like it's not. I only call it a person because it's like it has feelings, it has emotions, it has wittiness, it has like banter. So it's like a person.
Like it shows its own personality, but it's still obviously the same person.
This is so much more different than the stands we're used to. Like again, the most we've seen a stand have a personality was with D4C and Koichi being like, "What's up, master?" And they only did that once, and it was like very vague. Koichi having like his memes, but Wonder View is literally like, "Yo, what's up, man?" And I'm like, "Dude, what?" And like, I just realized it's interesting because when he was in the room and that was so cold though. This was like the equivalent of Johnny and Gyro like waiting on the train tracks, and then the president opening the door like just like giving him the stare down. Most of the entire fight was him sitting in a wall just watching them struggle, and then he was just like, better yet, I'm gonna let my Pokemon handle this, and then just threw like the thing that I built in like one of my tech classes in high school. He like built the scaffold thing. It was just like, hey, and like, and while I was reading, I thought that Rise moment was a little bit underbaked, but then I realized no, like he not only played his role in terms of defeating and helping Josuke figure out the doo-doo-doo-dee-da, like figuring out the power and bodying it because he got Dark Determination. But then he got carried away. I was like, you know what? I'm also gonna go for him. And then Josuke's like, wait a minute, like chill. And he's just like, wow, are you really approaching me? Like he was just being a wiener the whole time. He was just like, man, I wouldn't do that if I were. It was so funny. And then. But then, the earlier foreshadowing, like this got like, okay, and I want my viewers to like lock in on this too. This got foreshadowed when Yasuo brought Josuke out of the hospital. This was like chapter 2. Or like 2, when they snuck out the hospital to go to the hat shop. This was teased then. But Josuke's bubbles was like floating in the background then too. But here, this is the third time that Rise mentioned that when the Calamity, like when he grabbed like his neck, it flashed back to Rise past, that being when the head doctor was a part of his past. And then what's it called? The bubbles being, let me scroll because you're obviously gonna you're probably gonna find this funny. The bubbles being like layers of something or wrapped, or they're like layers of sort of like infinity, or like they kind of have like fibers. By the way, we got Tor's backstory too. Amazing. I'm gonna talk about that. I'll talk about that after this, like when I'm done with the call with my friend. But also, the bees and the.
They essentially used Toru's backstory to also explain.
They did, which I really liked, which I really liked. Like, and here we go. This is with the part you're probably gonna smile at too. So here, when Toru got, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's chilling there, caked up.
Yeah, like bro, just double cheeked up, right?
Hey, can we talk about the fact that he had a log betwixt his ass cheeks? Bro was just chilling in the.
By the way, it's so cool to see Lucy and them in the JOJOLION drawn. Like they're just drawn a little, they're drawn differently. I like it. They're just a little bit. I kind of like it. But yeah, it showed that even back then. I like how in the briefcase that Lucy's holding, it has Speedwagon Foundation. That bro has infinite plot armor. He survived the reset universe. He's just too strong. But anyways,
Speedwagon's still there.
I see the evilness, but like he clearly has like a different motive now, which I'm happy for. He's not just doing this for like money for fun, but we still don't really know what it is yet. As in, he was talking about like the world, the course of the world could be like when okay, because I'm like flip-flopping. But when Yasuo bit it, and I thought they were gonna merge, but then she just hit a lick on Joshu's arm, and he saw it. He was like, "Wait a minute, the power, like I could sell this for 200 million yen, or I could just have it, and then the balance of power of the world will shift because of that. Things are getting interesting. So we still don't really know like."
I want you to think back to the scene where Toru was talking about Yasuo's hand. I can explain a little bit more because I don't believe they don't really outright explain it because it's essentially already been explained to you. Because Toru's goals, the stone humans' goals are all the same.
Also, they showed the stone mask and stuff like that, like a little homage.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, keep going.
So something to note is that all the stone humans that worked under Toru all essentially shared his goal. Like
they shared, yeah.
all
I noticed that. I noticed that.
And what their goal is, the whole speech with Yasuo, he was talking about the hand over his.
He also gave a lot of speech. He gave a lot of speeches in this one too. Like he gave a speech too.
It's not about money. It's not about any of that. What he wants to do is he wants to make stone humans the dominant species.
That was my biggest theory.
Yep.
As in like, because throughout the narration of Toru's backstory, the narrator was talking in like narrating Toru's backstory in the whole on how like stone mothers, they don't even show affection. They leave the baby by the end bark of the tree sapling, and then they just leave. And then the only warmth or love that they feel is the hug from a bee when they're trying to sting. So like the narrator was definitely putting us in the perspective of like they don't show love, they're second race, you know, like during the whole like flashbacks to the SPR and everything. And it seemed like they like from the way that the narrator was speaking that he was putting the stone races in the form of like they're the underdogs, they're the people that want to be the ups. And if that's truly the case in motive, and if he gives other speeches, I like him. I don't see what's wrong with that. I think that's fine. A lot of people, it's just. I just feel like another thing, like I feel like another thing is that if they took the direction of he just wants like nothing but disaster. If he's kind of like he just wants nothing but just destruction and like all the like this is getting interesting, I wouldn't have a problem with that either. Just as long as he isn't one of those like I guess antagonists that's kind of like broken. I mean, again, I wouldn't mind him being like a broken antagonist, like as in like he's hurt and he's doing this in a place of pain. But I feel like with him being the underdog and him wanting to, you know, he doesn't even like, even the flashbacks, by the way, guys, and best bro here, he technically pre-ordered Yasuo.
Yeah, he did. Yep, that's the one thing I remember when I was trying to tell you about, I don't think the people who are watching this know. Remember when I wanted to tell you about why he's the most evil person? He's a pedophile.
Well, I mean, the thing is that he spoke to Yasuo and was like, look, he saw the fact that she had a stand, by the way, because he was in the background. He was in the forest, and he was just like, I wonder who could help me out with, like, finding somebody on the internet. And she was like, oh, well, I found it for you. He was like, all right, see you. Like, he didn't do anything weird. However, it's still, like, I guess a little weird from the...
Corey, you remember the whole high school thing?
I mean, it is a little weird because we don't even know, like, his age. In terms of, like, these people can live for hundreds of years. So, like, obviously, yeah, we don't even really know how... So, like, yeah, he looks like a teenager, but obviously, you know, he's a lot more older.
He's been a teenager for a long time.
So, it's like the equivalent of... It's like the equivalent random reference of, like, someone trying to marry someone from Soul Society. They're, like, 1,000 years old, but, you know, it's kind of like that. I guess they're trying to get with them, but
come on, like Corey, like I'm being serious. Like, Toru is the most evil villain in JoJo, like by far. Like he actually is. I
still kind of don't agree with that. I don't know.
Okay, who do you think is more evil than him? I think you can make a pretty good case.
Dio and Kira.
I don't. Okay, Kira. But Kira, again, his only crime was just mass murder.
But I mean, if Toru does give a speech about the annihilation of the human race and how he just wants to make rocks on top, see, now that's that Eren Yeager mindset, and that would put him at first place. However, but like, if like, for what?
I get what you mean, but I do believe that, or I do think that that a villain that doesn't realize that they're the villain, or a villain that thinks that they're doing what they're doing for some worthy and just
They
cause,
tend to be the most evilest people. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I'm saying that.
What do you think about President Valentine then?
I think you can make the case. I get the Dio one. Like Dio, yeah, I get. Yeah, I can see that, and I can see Valentine as well, even being considered probably one of the most evil.
Because some people argue intentions versus actions, and I mean like they both play hand in hand, so you can't really argue which is more important. Because
if we look at Toru's actions, he has had him and Dio are like really competing for first place.
I think it's because I think out of all the villains, I think Toru is the most quote unquote sinister. I think he's kind of like, I'd say out of all the villains besides Kira, he's a wolf in sheepskin. As in like we don't really know who he is until we don't even know who he is up until the very end, and that was with Kira. We didn't really know who he actually was up until the end, and even then we didn't really learn much about Kira till the end anyway. I mean, we did learn about his backstory and how like he liked hands in the book in the library when he was a kid, but like it's just the intention behind like him, because the emphasis was that he wanted to live just a normal life, and then we as the reader or watcher is just like, okay, but the problem is that we can't let him live a normal life because he enjoys the action and thrill of murdering people. Like, he actually enjoys it and wants to do it. So, like, I'd argue, like, you cannot let bro on the street. Like, you gotta lock him up. Like, he just... But, like... like... I don't know.
I get what you mean when we're arguing intention versus action.
I say Valentine and Toru are very tied in terms of like the most sinister, because they both are the antagonists in their own story of like the either I'm like Valentine took the side of I'm doing the things for the sake of justice, while as of Toru's like I'm just doing what I'm doing because like, you know, hey man, I'm just doing me. When really it's like, no, you're not just doing me. No, you're not just doing you. You're killing people. But like,
What are you doing? That's just you.
I mean, Darren, he's the head doctor. He's the head doctor. He's saving lives, man.
Yeah, bro. Oh, dude, I'm just trying to make the stone humans the dominant race, bro. He knows everything his stand is doing, and he knows anyone who is pursuing him.
I also realize that too, because
Remember the rain scene where he's like, "Oh, it's raining." He knew about JoJo's King, right?
yeah, I know. I figured that out this video, and you know what? I'm actually more inclined to take your side now, because you have to keep in mind when the stat card, we got a second stat card, but it was really brief, and it literally answered my question. Like, it answered the question of who's the head doctor and who's the thing, and I'll try to find it. But basically, yeah, it said that if you don't see the stand, or if you don't view him as a hostile, and don't have the intent of pursuing him, then the stand won't reveal itself, but it will for that. And if you see the stand and see it's instant death. It is instant death. And I'm just like, damn. Like, that at the end of the video is what really nailed the coffin on, like, yeah, this ain't no love train, bro. This is bad. This is bad. Like, it was already bad, but, like, I was like, geez, man, that's, and plus you gotta realize, too, it is the Elvis, it's the Elvis Presley scene. That's what made me want to agree with you, because if a lot of people band up against him, or, like, a lot of people view him as bad, he's gonna let his stand do his thing while he watches the people that he quote unquote cares about. Even then, like, Toru was like, he only revealed his arm. Like, Darren, he revealed his arm from the tree and was like, look, Yasuo, I'm not gonna show you my face because you'll die. But we have memories together, so I don't want to kill you. Like, I don't want to. But yet, again, he was willing to watch her grovel in pain by her lost arm while just listening to music. So, like,
yeah, Toru is. You see it.
He lets you sit there, like he punches you in the stomach and says think about it, while he's just like he's that type of guy, and I'm just like, okay, I see it now. I kind of see it now.
Not to mention, he also is a huge manipulator, and he's been abusing Yasuo essentially her entire life.
I would say he's been he's been kind of like the Yasuo and Toru relationship heavily reminds me of Aizen and the girl he stabbed in the stomach. Like, it's really just him using her up until she's not useful anymore, and then just cutting her off.
And then it's all dreams and memories. Oh my god, dude.
It's interesting because, like, he loves her and cares about her, and then when his plan comes into play, the shading on his face gets way darker, and he's just like, you were nothing but a pawn. And I'm just like, you start to see his real colors show. And when Josuke used his new ability subconsciously when Rai unfortunately perished, that's when he looked worried for a second, like, oh, he doesn't know how to use it. Alright. And I was just like, so it's interesting. And I thought this panel was cool too. I'm gonna flip my screen around too while I talk as well. But this right here, he just like, dude, he just looks so jolly, man. He's just having such a good time.
Because, like, what are you gonna do? You're gonna try to fight him? He's literally just the ultimate antagonizer. Bro is a tier A instigator.
And it's funny because, like, when he threw his stand out and was like, I'm gonna let the stand do its own thing, and it's a perfect collaborator for his stand. Well, actually, that's kind of wrong, because anybody's are perfect. Like, if you team up with him, it's perfect, because whatever you do, it aligns with whatever his ability is, that being the unfortunate circumstances of everything. Like he is like the pinnacle king of unfortunateness, like basically. Like, when I stub my toe, when I hit my hip on the side of a table, that's his power. When I sneeze and like my chest hurts and it's like, ow, like that was unfortunate, that's his power. Like that, and that's actually like really scary to think about now, because it kind of aligns with fate, but it's not really like fate. It's just more like, you know. But yeah, this part right here, where Josuke's just getting messed up, he's like, man, I wouldn't want to be you. Damn. And I'm just like, bro, is he shit talking? Damn. You know what's so funny is that my subscribers are gonna love the fact that he's beating himself up. Like, why am I so useless? I need to redeem myself. When he does the equivalent exchange, my arm. What the fuck, man? No, the scary thing is that, let's just say that Toru has fighting capabilities. Let's say he can actually throw hands, because Josuke can actually throw hands without a stand. So let's say he can box. Let's just say he can. Not only can he possibly box, but his stand has his own IQ with, like, how do we figure this out? Like, it's like dealing with two Valentines. No pun intended. It's like dealing with two, like, stand people with two different personalities and two different, like, because Toru is smart when it comes to fighting, along with the stand as well. So it's like, if they were together, dude, like, I'm not saying Toru can box, like, he probably can't, but it's just like the fact that, man, if he had like a strap, like give him a gun, like it's merely self-defense, or like give him like a sword or something, like, dude, that would be insane. Because Toru and him have different chat bubbles with different fonts and different colors. So they're definitely two different people, like two different IQs, two different sentiences is what I'm trying to say. And man, bruh, it's just dangerous, because I thought this would be a scenario where Toru is stupid and then his stand is smart. No, we're dealing with two people who are smart and, like, are not dumb. And I could say, for what I've been given within these 5 chapters, I have nothing against Toru's character. I have nothing against, like, him as, like, they could have portrayed him in a more lame way, I gotta admit, but I fucks with him. I don't see any problem with him, and I feel like it all depends on his conclusion, like how he loses, or everything else, where that's going to be like the final nail in the coffin. But even down to Valentine begging, to everything, Valentine S-tier character. So I don't have a problem with Toru at all. So far, I don't. I've seen people have mixed opinions about him. I think he's cool. I have no problem with him.
Oh yeah, I'm glad that you feel that way.
This is my favorite video, like just in terms of lore.
I'm so fucking happy that you like JoJolion, man.
I love JoJolion. I really do.
I'm just, oh man, dude. Hey, finally you joined us. Hey, you're the 7th fan. Hey, welcome to the club.
Dude, it's like walking into a like it's like walking into a school club with like 4 members. Like, Hey. Toru is the perfect balance of the King Crimson. We don't really know who he is. The immense amount of shading, the scariness, while with the interesting, funny Dojon president like charisma. I don't know. He's like an amalgamation of a certain like amount of antagonists, but he might be fighting Valentine for number 1. Not gonna lie, I fuck with him.
Really?
I mean, let's go down memory lane, bro. Dio is iconic. Now that that's out the way, I feel like iconicness plays a role, yeah. And you could argue Dio's character was more expanded in Stone Ocean because of him wanting to reach heaven. I think a lot of people sleep on the fall of Pucci as well. Him using Christianity as a spearhead for the most sinister like things. The 7 commandments that he preaches that he actually goes against. Like he goes against the 7 commandments and his own sins. Like he willingly does it. And that's the beautiful irony of his character. And Pucci was my number 1 glorious king up until like Valentine. And I feel like in terms of like top 3 antagonists, again, antagonist doesn't need to be how evil you are, nor does it have to be how deep you are, but all of those play a factor in my opinion. Until we get Toru's conclusion, I'm gonna put him as a bonus character, but yeah, they're probably top 3. Pucci, he's not number 1, but I say Valentine, Pucci, and I'm gonna put Toru at number 3 just because I'm not gonna glaze him. But I think by the end of this, he might be number 2 or number 1. Like it's really close, and I think he's genuinely the perfect counter to Josuke as well. They did it. Like Araki did another Johnny and Valentine. Valentine being the direct counter and irony to Johnny. That being that throughout the whole story, like Valentine, because I watched the whole analysis video on it. Valentine was doing things for the sake of justice. He was doing things for the sake of right stuff, but doing shitty things. While Johnny was doing the things for, he had the whole like killer mentality. He was doing bad things. Johnny didn't even like being called a hero. However, he was being a hero and doing bad things. So it was really cool seeing them finally come face to face because they were direct opposites of each other. And I feel like Araki's been doing this since probably, I would probably say part 5, because Giorno and Diavolo were kind of like the opposites of each other, but like not really. Giorno wanted everything to be revealed, and Giorno was actually very reminiscent from you to Persona 4. Like, he cared about the truth, he cared about justice, he cared about freeing the drug trade. Wise of Diavolo, he wanted to stay in secret. That's why Golden Experience was the direct counter. Like, I like their duology, but I feel like the fall of Pucci and the rise of, like, JOJOLION, they were close. But Toru and Josuke, man, they're up there, man. Like, Jobin is actually the complete opposite of Josuke 2, but he ended up getting the Adachi treatment. And that's not getting shelved or cucked early, but we thought Adachi was the perfect duology for you, which he is, but not exactly. Because Izanami is actually the duology for Izanagi, while Mangatsu Izanagi is the foil to Izanagi, if that makes any sense. Like, they're both the foil, but he's not the biggest foil, man. He's the foil, but just not quite. And that's what made me love Jobin even more. And then Toru is like the actual never-ending darkness, while like Josuke is the never-ending, like, I'm gonna move forward no matter what type of guy. It's like the whole who's gonna win, an unstoppable force or an immovable object? That's basically what we've come to. And I feel like, yeah, in terms of the series, that being the Joestars and Dio being the most iconic of the duology, I think, yeah, like, Araki definitely cooked with this part. I love part 8. Like, I genuinely do. Valentine's fate was so tragic. He was a slinky no matter what dimension he went to. So I wonder if Wonder View is going to get, like, Deathloop trapped, or maybe he's going to get, like, screwed over in a way where... Because Diavolo just got locked in the Shadow Realm. Let's just call it out for what it is. Pucci got crushed by a piano, funny enough, and got pushed out of his own creation. Valentine got infinitely deathlooped until he got perished, like from a soul level. He got infinity into nothing, like just infinity into infinity. So he's just So I wonder what's gonna happen to WOU now. Will he just get erased, or will he just get like sealed? Will he get like? Because I don't really understand Josuke's power yet. So maybe I don't really understand like his newfound ability. Maybe the curse will finally be answered next video. This is definitely a really good cliffhanger. This was a very great video. We got to see them fight against D4C. We got to see them try to fight against Love Train. And they just didn't work. So now it's up to Tusk Act 4 now. So now it's up to, like, the end. I mean, the maid's gonna pull up. I knew the maid was gonna play a role. Nijimon's gonna pull up, you know, so... Maybe they're gonna gank him? Maybe it's gonna be Jump Kaizen? Sort of. It took me 2.5 months. It's been 2.5 months. Almost 3 months since I've read this. And I do miss Shakedown Road. I do miss the funny moments. Because it's like... I don't know why, but it gave me a different feeling than Mario. Guys, basically, everything I said. Let's go back to the very beginning because I was talking a lot, and I'm gonna include some of that in the video. This is a very long discussion, guys. So if y'all are still here, shout out to the people that are still here. Let's go back and let's talk about it a little bit more because I basically went over everything, but I wanna go over everything with you guys now. I finally got you guys, so lock in. Wonder Review is very interesting. He really is like an unstoppable force. Just the thought of you trying to attack him, and if you see Toru, is done. Wraps, dead, over, finito. You feel me? It's over. It's over. And this sequence of chapters, we really got to see the full brunt of how terrifying he really is. We really lost a ride, bro. Like, I knew it was gonna happen, but damn, he died that fast. Like, he got his head blown out, multiple holes, dead. Like, he played his role, guys. I was saying on FaceTime with one of my friends too that Rai being the propelling force to push Josuke forward, while Jobin being the propelling force to kind of boost Wonder Review or Toru forward, finally makes them the perfect contrast. And I like that. Because in the beginning, it was like Jobin was the rival to Josuke. But then he got shelved because he couldn't keep up with them. I was saying that on the phone with my friend that, like, we thought he was that guy, and he wasn't, bruh. And, like, shit sucks because I mess with Jobin. I like his ideology. I like the way he went about things, and we knew the path that he was on, that he wasn't gonna make it. Like, anybody who reads stories for real, like, I've read a lot of books, I've seen stories, I've watched movies, I've taken in a lot of media besides anime. Anyone that, like, really has a keen eye for this stuff knows he wasn't gonna make it. Like, I knew it. I knew he wasn't gonna make it, bro. But anyways, then we get to see the terrifying... Let me flip the panel around real quick. Guys, this one? Y'all see him? Come on! Look at the boy, guys! Oh my gosh. Look at him! This whole part was them playing the defensive, trying to find a way to counter such calamities or such unfortunate scenarios. And the face-off between Josuke and Wonder Review. It's different because it's not necessarily him facing off against the user like how we're always so used to seeing. It's him facing off against the sentient user. Again, I'm so passionate about how I was right on that because if you guys go back to my first video, I had that in my head, but I didn't say none because I didn't know what the stand looked like. I didn't even know if he was the final boss. I knew he was a stand in part 8, but I didn't know, like, I just didn't know anything. So I didn't want to, like, yap anything that I didn't see that, like, y'all would have been like, oh, like, how do you know that? You know what I'm saying? So I didn't, like, say anything about that. And this whole fight was like the whole D4C Love Train, Gyro, and Johnny situation. Them trying to fight against Love Train and them trying to manage D4C going in between the waves, fighting Gyro while Johnny trying to race towards him. It was Rai Mamizuku fighting Dudu Dudida versus the head doctor, that being his own person. And through this fight, Rai served his purpose by finding out that Josuke has another ability that we don't really understand yet. He even got the Dark Determinant. I'm glad they did that, man. I'm glad they did that, bro. I thought it was just a Joestar thing, but... oh, man. Jobin's gone. Inosuke's gone. The whole family might be gone too. With Rai, Mamizuku, rest in peace, bro. You served your purpose, man. You really did. And I heavily enjoyed him. I did. But then we get a lot of the I would say the finale or the final section of the lore of the Rock Humans. I've been recording for about 2 hours and 40 minutes. I don't care. This is gonna be long anyways. But we sort of get Toru's perspective, or how like the narrator portrays him as the underdog. They've sort of been saying that, like, from the way that the narrator is speaking, that the Rock Humans don't get no love from birth, no type of attachment towards the parents or the emotions of anything. The only warmth they get, or the only warmth that they have, is through the creatures that might try to kill them. That's sad, bro. You know what I'm saying? And Toru just happens to be the one of many of people with that unfortunate fate. That being the Rock Humans. The Rock Humans didn't ask for this. They didn't want to be this. About the laws of nature, the flow of time, the concepts of numbers, and the ways to live within a structure called a group. These dreams wait impatiently. For 17 years go by, when it will abruptly grow into weight in stature to kill all the watch and venture into the outside world. Toru, and sort of like my creator, or not my, oh, no, right here, because I got it kind of mixed up. Why did the creator of life give these two paths? Most likely rather some kind of opposing relationship, that being the shadow or light, or positive or negative. It was the role of a fallback. It was the fallback. It was sort of like if, you know, with Jesus or with God sort of playing his role by bringing forth life. Whatever you guys believe in, I don't give a shit here. Life comes into fruition. You feel me, guys? And the Rock Humans are the second-class citizens. They're like the second-class people, and Toru doesn't want to be that, if that's the case. And if that is the case, by the way, real quick, I'm gonna flip my screen around. Y'all see it, guys? Look, it's Sandman and our goats back in the day. Look at Johnny and freaking, you know, the goat Lucy herself with the Speedwagon Foundation. And then we get the stand arrow, the stone masks, and then we get the tree and Josefumi. It's like that was like a little section of who Toru is, what he's about, and I'm not against it. I've seen some negative opinions about him. I like bro so far. It depends on how they handle his conclusion and how the fight goes. But so far, guys, right now, you feel me? Right now, 9 p.m., January 8th, by the time I'm recording, 2024. I like bro. I do. I have nothing wrong with him. And I like how the story has been built up beyond this point. Let me flip it around one more time. But Toru, all of the enemies that we sort of faced so far with the group, it all leads back to the man himself who orchestrated this. I called it back then when I said that it was a group. And it was a group, bro. It was. Not that that's like a big thing, but, you know, I got it right, guys. And then him being linked to Rise Past saying, I killed your parents. And then Toru or Rai fell into that fate. Something that I discussed with my friend too was that he gave a speech saying I think I already said that already, so I'm not gonna go into that, right? And then at the end with Joshu, I'm not gonna speak too much on this, guys, before we end this discussion, because this has already been long enough. But the moment that they built up Joshu as a sort of like charismatic character, y'all know what I'm saying? And then he kind of goes back to his stupid antics. That probably was the moment that a lot of people were like, there goes all my love for him. I mean, it was within his character. I was a little disappointed in him, but I wasn't really surprised by the end of the day. That's just who he turned out to be. And the equivalent exchange of the little Kaka functioned differently, and even Toru was surprised. It was like, huh, so that's how it worked. And even Yasuo was too. on how the Lokaka functioned. So as of Josuke's power, on how they were fighting Wonder Review versus Yasuo and Joshu sort of doing their thing with Toru in the trees, things are picking up now, guys. Now we're reaching the end. Now it's it. Like, this is it now, you know? And I'm gonna go to when she eats the fruit. Guys. And the fact that he's known her since she was a child as well is something I did not expect either. In my mind, I was like, how did he look the same? And then I realized he's a rock human. They don't age, right? They don't age. Guys, what are we reading? What is this part, guys? What is this? This is nothing like part 4, man. What the heck is this? What is this? Huh. Okay. So let me go to the widespread panel that I was trying to look for real quick. Here it is. By the way, I like how he mentioned Bill Gates randomly. That's really funny. But the new Lokaka grew into something to the real thing. I didn't expect that the living would get upgraded in a place like this. Most of the things, it went off without a hitch. I was thinking of setting the price for 200 million yen, but the wealthy people of this world will pay whatever amount here. And the power with that distribution of the power society will upend in an instant. Even someone like Bill Gates will buy them, I expect. So he's looking for power, looking for... It all comes down to the end, guys. Whether the next video is the finale or not, we'll see. We will see. Man. Come here. Come here, buddy. Come here, man. Jump, boy. Jump. Jump, boy. What are we reading, guys? If you guys are new, for Wonder Review, rest in peace, Rai, Toru, the reveal of everything. Come here. Over here. Come on, let's do the outro, man. We gotta do the outro. Come here. Come on, man. Over here. But like, yeah, man. It's going crazy right now. Jump. Come on, we gotta tell them to subscribe. They gonna forget to subscribe. See, look. For the 3rd dog cameo. Look, I'm gonna grab my camera because I care about y'all. Look. Subscribe. Speak. Yeah, he's not gonna speak. Ah! Ah! He hit my... Ah! Oh my god. Anyways, like, subscribe. Oh my god. Comment. If you guys are new, post notifications, turn it on. Oh! I'm gonna go eat some food too. I didn't even eat. When we come back, it might be the end. Who knows? Oh my god. And yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to go beyond our limits or something. Wonder Review, we're after you. Next chapter. Koa. And like always, I'll see you guys next time in Memorial All Time. And I'm out.